So, this is going to be very interesting. We don't see this ever again after this. But we make quite,
What are they gonna do?
Sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a moment. So, yeah, what they're about to bring out is something that we won't see again. But it is something we're going to be using quite a lot.
I have no idea.
What in the world's that noise?
What's that thing?
It's kind of cute,
What
not
the
gonna
heck
lie.
is that?
I don't know.
It's a monster, and it's gonna hurt us with tree.
Whoa!
I can't believe it!
This is just amazing! What an incredible machine! How cool is that?
And our resident nerd is enjoying what he sees.
You like that, eh? With this thing, you can make anything you want. Plant trees, build houses, whatever.
Truly amazing! Can I get on board?
Sure, by all means. This here is the control room for our pal, Carpenterian.
Carpenterian.
This is the ultimate building machine, forged from all of the technology handed down through our firbit generations. Besides houses and buildings, it can build lots of natural things too, even trees and rivers.
Looks like we can bring back Jurak's origin point with this.
Hey, don't forget to find Holly for us now.
Don't worry, we're not gonna forget about her.
Yes, we know.
What's that?
That's the reactor where you put the geostones.
Geostones?
Yep. Geostones are mysterious stones invented by the ancients. The geostones contain all the advanced knowledge of the ancient ones. Carpenterian is a revolutionary machine that uses the technology packed inside the geostones to make new things. When you put a geostone into the reactor, Carpenterian can store the data for building whatever's recorded on the geostone. That way, you can make new things. Just to warn you, even with the necessary data, some buildings can only be built on certain types of land. I think it's like Monica said, someone changed the forest here.
And now we begin to
But
see
if
that
you
they
collect
also have seen
geostones
it.
hidden in the forest, you just might be able to change this place back to the way it used to be.
Sounds great. We'll do it.
Can you imagine what this place used to look like before Emperor Griffon and his goons messed it all up?
Let's go then, Monica.
You bet.
We're counting on you to find Holly.
Max, look!
Huh?
It's a time gate. You can pass between this time and mine through this gate. You just use that stone, your Atlamillia.
What? You mean this red stone?
That's right. It's not just a pretty rock, you know. It's got mystical powers that let you pass through time. And the one I've got is the blue Atlamillia.
It's the color.
They each have their own powers. Red brings you to the future, and blue to the past. With the two of them, we can use this gate to move back and forth between past and future. When we get Jurak's origin point back, we can use this gate to go see him.
Hold it a minute. My father gave me this stone. Why did he have something like this?
They say an Atlamillia can pick who it wants to belong to. It must have picked your father. And then it picked you, Max.
What?
Anyway, the main thing now is to get Jurak back. I bet Jurak can tell us all kinds of things. About Griffon, about the rainbow butterfly.
I guess you would know.
I mean, she would, considering she's
Now
from
we
the
really
future
got
and
to get
all.
to work. We have to get Sindane back into shape and bring back the Great Elder Jurak.
All right.
Yep. So, this is the point something else unlocks that you don't quite see. They briefly mentioned it, but we're gonna go back to Palm Brinks. Like I said, this is gonna be our hub area, so we're gonna be often returning here. And the reason why we're coming back here is because now we can start unlocking residents. I just don't remember everyone that can. I know that we can get the police officer. You know what, let me do this. We're gonna go this way and then work ourselves outward. But with this new function and us getting new people, we're essentially rebuilding the town from the ground up. Now, what's interesting about... Oh, hello. The firbit people only grant favors to... Okay. Could have sworn you could recruit a firbit. And not just the ones we just got. Unfortunately, you can't take the people you just met. So here's our first resident. The mayor. 1212? No. Oh, I remember this. This is when we're gonna be messing around with numbers. I guess we can't get him. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna have to wait a little bit to, get people, which is fine. I don't mind waiting. I kind of almost prefer it, if I'm being honest. And that's because it's just so much easier to gather anything you can at the end of the chapter instead of, like, doing it as you go. Because that would be an awful lot of going back and forth. So I don't quite mind having to wait. And I much prefer to do it at the end of the chapter versus just entirely forgetting about it and moving on to the next chapter, because that's when a whole new bunch of stuff piles on. And yeah, it just gets out of hand. So you're just better waiting till the end of the chapter.
Master Utan, you're looking a lot better now.
Sure. I just ate something I wasn't supposed to after all. I'm gonna be more careful from now on.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
By the way, we want to ask you a favor. We want to get through here. Do you think you can move that boulder for us?
Oh, that? Piece of cake. Wait right here.
When I first saw him, not gonna lie, oh my. Okay.
Wow! Master Utan, you're so strong.
How about that? Guess I still got it. Ow!
Ow.
Are you okay?
Oh boy, I've gone and sprained my back. I think I'll rest here a while. You go on ahead.
Maybe you should exercise a little more often. But thanks a lot. You really helped us out.
Right. We'll see you later.
That was a low blow, Monica. Thank you, Master Utan, sorry. The geostone fell. So what that means is that we haven't yet collected the geostone to this level. And now that we have the ability to get them, they're going to be in every single level. So in other words, it's just another collectible to find in the forest. Oh geez. So we've reached that point where we can start having mimics again. I should really switch to Monica. She's the one who needs the EXP the most for her weapons. After her next level up, I'm certainly going to start looking at her weapons to upgrade them. On the topic of, I guess there's your first look at the geostone on the other end. I'll show you that in just a minute. I don't remember if this guy has any ranged attacks. I don't think he does. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh! Yes, he does. What levels are they at? 3, and 2. And there it is. That is our first geostone. And we won't know what's in the geostone until we go back to Sindane and we get into Carpeterian. I don't want to, but I'm gonna have to start selling some of them because there's a character that we're going to be getting not too long that requires 200 gilda or guild. I don't remember the money currency's name here. It's one of the two. And unfortunately, I don't think I'm anywhere close to it. And if I just said 200, I meant to say 2,000. Yeah, should have known that would have happened. Money in the early part of the game is a bit hard to come by, but eventually it will be easy. It looks to me like we only have one more monster on this floor. Gotcha. That takes care of them all.
Looks like we got them all.
Weapon destroying. Okay. Oh, that for rocks. Lovely. But she should be at a good enough level to start building up. So let me get up my handy dandy notebook where I'd written all this information down. We're going to be working on Monica's now. Cyclone. We need Cyclone. We need about 19. Okay. And then Exorcism. I need to level up one more time before I can put the rest of it on. And this, I think, also needs Cyclone. Well, boo, I guess we won't be able to do it. But she's getting close. A noise in the forest. Thing is, there's a lot of noises in a forest. Oh, that sucks. That can happen from time to time, though, that sometimes the chests just won't contain anything. Also, if you hear little bells in the distance, that would be my dog. My puppy didn't want to stay alone, so I said fine, I'd open the door for her. Monica needs it the most raved about now. Up, and there we go. There's our other geostone. Now, I don't remember if they said it at the last dungeon, but I do know that you can fish in each level. Thing is, you can't fish until after you've cleared out all the enemies. Crap, I got attacked by a fire elemental and a tree. Yeah, I didn't think that would do much. Ripod is always the best way to take care of these larger enemies. Oh. Another thing that's carried over from the first game, I believe. A clown in a chest.
Which shall it be?
You can choose either box. It never quite matters. Sometimes you get good stuff, sometimes you get bad stuff. Well, you don't get bad stuff, really. There's nothing about either one of these boxes that will explode in your face. No matter which one you get, you're going to be getting some kind of item, weapon, or otherwise.
Very good. Here you are.
And you can't, like, cheat the game to see what the other item is until it's a bit too late, which is fine. I am not very lucky. I keep getting the devil today. And lots of trees. I mean, that's pretty on par for the course considering where the fuck we are. And there's our newest enemy. Apparently his clowns have to follow me no matter where I go. I'm also not not too worried about gathering the scoops right now for the normal enemies because, as I just said, normal enemies. You can come back at any time to get them. And that's that.
Looks like
That's
we
that
got 'em
entire
all.
area dealt with. Alright, now to go and find the exit and get out of here. And this is where we're not going to be able to use Monica. This is entirely Max's level because of the blue seal. Again, Max has to clear the entire dungeon before I'm able, well, of this floor rather, before I'm able to use Monica again. I'm a pixie. Yeah, you're a oh, I thought I killed you, but apparently I did not. Well, that was the fastest way of getting through this level. Speedrun strats. But yeah, I am not leaving yet. As I did with Monica, I want to do the same here for Max. Plus, I'd be letting up a lot of good experience points for my weapons if I did. Not to mention, we also want to get the diorama. Thankfully, that's right there. So really, there is no good reason to not do the level. I'm a pixie! It looks cute until you piss it off. I keep forgetting that they can fire fireballs at you. Thankfully, they have a healing spring here. They know I don't want to use up all my bread. That was the smoothest battle transition I've ever had in my entire life. Jesus. It never fails. The clown sometimes, well, no. It never fails because the clown always does usually scare me because you're just not expecting it.
Very good. Here you are.
Alright, so how are we looking? We got like one little room left with at most 4 more enemies, perhaps, if this chest is a mimic. So, only 3 enemies. And there we go, we've got them all.
Alright, that takes care of you guys.
With the blue seal, now we can officially use Monarch on this floor. Legendary Killer Snake, lovely. Now, as you may have noticed, this is where it will start to branch. And unfortunately, we can only take one path because the other one is blocked to us for quite a while. These enemies are always a pain in the butt to fight because they're flying. I'll take that. Ow! Yet another enemy that we need to kill with the Ripod, but more importantly, that is yet another enemy that's originally from Dark Chronicles 1. If I'm not mistaken, it was a boss. They like to use a lot of their, or rather reuse a lot of their models. So they'll have a bunch of different colorations and whatnot. And of course, their strength will vary, but what I'm getting at is that, they have a lot of enemies here that if you've played the first game, you'll be like, hey, I recognize this enemy. This is from this game. They're from this game at this level. I often go through that with this. Oh, and here's one of the paths that are blocked. Now, that's the star exit. I think there's another one that's either a moon or it's a, sun. I'm going to say it's a moon. Only because of the star. I would think that they would keep that up with the theme. Uh-oh. I'm out of that powder again. The best way to take care of these guys, I believe, is the armband. But you have to have a high stat increase for a specific element. So, since it's fire, you need, I think, chill? I could be mistaken. But the higher your elemental powers on the Brassard are, the more damage you'll do the elements. Unfortunately, since she has such a low level, it's not exactly feasible to do just yet. Uh-oh, we're about to have a problem in our hands. Well then, this is gonna be a very interesting battle. He is quite literally backing me into a corner. After this, we are going to have to go back out to get more repair powder. That is easily the one thing I'm always going to run short of. Yeah, I'm beginning to think I might be better off just getting... Oh crap, I do have to beat the enemies, don't I? What about Cedric? Can he fix my weapons? Of course he can. Hello? Huh? Oh, looks like you found some geostones. Now then, let's use the Carpentarian to rebuild the forest. Come along with me. Oh, I did not realize that we would be doing this now. I mean, I guess it makes sense after you get a geostone. Here's a little present from us. We gathered some things you'll need to rebuild the forest. Even if you have the Carpentarian and geostones, you can't get anything done without materials. But, you know, your item bag looks mighty small to me. No room for anything. Tell me about it. Tell you what, I'm gonna do you a big favor here. Let's make that bag bigger. Just so you know, I'm not always this generous. I just happen to be in a given mood today. Thank you. Now you've got to call the Carpentarian to you. To stand on the diorama map, press the select button. Go ahead and try it. You gotta... Okay, well, I didn't know you meant now. This is a geostone. It's filled with the wisdom of the ancients. When you put these into the reactor, you can build more types of things with the Carpentarian. It's like a PC, we're downloading information. You can make a straw house, shed, pot, rough wooden fence, bench, wooden house, iron chimney, one cart. Yeah, as you can see, lots of stuff. And this is just... Oh, that's right. We also had it... It's given us more because I had a little more geostones. So all these conditions that you're seeing, these are conditions that we have to clear to bring back specific parts of Jurak. Geostones not only have info on how to build things, but data on how to develop a better future. As you build the new world, you can see how it's going with the Analyze command on the Diorama menu. Now, in the upper right of your Diorama menu, you'll see this thing that says Pollyon remaining. For things to exist, there requires a certain type of energy. We call that energy Pollyon. There's a limit to the amount of Pollyon you can have on the Diorama field, and the Carpentarian can't let you go over that limit. You remember that now. Will do. If you ever want to know anything else, you can just ask me with your help receiver. I'll fill you in. Now then, I think I'll leave the rest to you young folks and get myself onto that train thingamajiggy. I'll be in the last car, so be sure to show your face once in a while. Okie dokie? If you ever need diorama materials, I should be able to help. Okay then, let's get started. Are you all set? I don't want to really build anything right now, so... According to the Geostone you brought back this time, if we want to bring Jurak back, we need to get someone who knows about trees to immigrate to Sindane. Get someone to immigrate? That's right. There are lots of people living in Palm Brinks, right? We've got to get those people to immigrate out into the world. That way, the future will develop. I see. And so what we need right now is someone who knows about trees, huh? Max, do you know anyone like that? Someone who knows about trees. Oh, I've got it. Gordon. Gordon? Yeah, he's our gardener. He's an expert on trees. He's perfect. I bet he's in our yard right now, tending to the flowers or something. Really? That's great. Let's go. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the weapons shop and get our stuff. I might sell a few crystals of mine just to get some money in. Now let's go back and try and get this level this time. We had to leave because we just didn't have enough main weapon powder. And unfortunately, the best weapons I have on both characters need the main power. Alright, now that I don't have to worry as much, I technically could have tried beating them up with the armband or the gun, but I don't think that would have been a very efficient way because the enemies that were left were like a vanguard and want to say a snake, and realistically we would have been there all day, and I think my weapons and powder would have ran out before I would have remotely gotten anywhere because they were doing like 1 or 2 damage. And unfortunately I couldn't just get the saw and go because unfortunately one of the 2 enemies that were left were enemies that probably had the weapon, or not the weapon, the saw. So unfortunately, unless I could beat them, there was, oh, awesome, I got the saw this time. So if I run out of powder, I could just go back. But yeah, it just wasn't possible, and I wasn't gonna risk it. And then we'll do this. Oh shit, he needs it too. And this was another reason why I wasn't able to finish it, because even my ride pod had run out of strength in his main weapon. And I didn't think I would have to technically worry since, you know, my last few runs of this game, with every rock that I dropped, they would give me a repair powder, so I never wanted them. I was always in a very good shape. But of course, this run, since I'm recording now, they're not gonna give me that. I guess it's the streamer/recording luck. Because everyone says that, yeah, their first run through the game was great, and they got everything they needed, but the second time through, or when they're recording, everything that could go wrong does go wrong. It's kind of funny. And I always thought, well, I think they're just making that up. Well, now that I'm a YouTuber and a streamer, I can safely say, no, they are not making it up. That curse is very real. I did have a viewer tell me that it was possibly because we get distracted. And, of course, I would agree to an extent. For new streamers and whatnot, yes, I would 100% agree with that. But for people like Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, people who've been doing that for a long time, they shouldn't have that luck, and yet they still do. So, I should not be doing this. I should be trying to heal her. I'm lucky that worked out the way it did. I could have very well died and lost Monica there. Although I will say this is the first time I've gotten as many ride pod fuels as I've ever gotten from rocks or boxes. I never used to have that. I would have to either go to Cedric or I'd have to build it. Now let's see, is she able to level up her weapon? She needs that to be 19. There we go. Awesome. It's stronger now, so she'll be able to do a lot more damage. Now, what about her amulets? Just enough. Awesome. And we'll add this in too. So we can officially upgrade her armband too. And if I'm not mistaken, yep, that is the one we want.